How's everyone doing? Today I'll be showing you another random Blu-ray shelf. You guys seem to like the last video I did where I just showed some random Blu-rays. Because I don't have everything organized in my collection yet, they're in no particular order at all. But I'll just go ahead and show you. It's going to be kind of hard to lean over because I have a bunch of stuff right now on the floor. But there is just a quick look at those shelves. And then that shelf over there. And some TV shows and stuff on the floor. And then what I have in the closet as well. Bunch of movies in there. And some random movies just like everywhere. What do I got over here? ABCs of Death. And This Girl is Badass. And there's my dog Wrigley chilling. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you a random Blu-ray shelf. Again, no particular order. Once I do get to other shelves in here, I'm going to get 2 extra shelves for each bookcase. Because you can see there's a big gap right in between there. One can go there, and then one can go at the bottom. It's the same deal down there. So that should free up some room. And then I am going to get another full bookcase. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. But let's go ahead and take a look. This is going to be the random Blu-ray shelf right here. First up, I'll just show you the ones that I have piled on top, stacked on here. The collection Blu-ray, I was able to get this signed up. So, pretty happy about that. I thought it was a fun, fast-paced action horror movie. It was a decent sequel. I definitely prefer the first by far. Next up is Prison right here. Kane Hodder was up in this. He did the stunt effects, I believe, as well in here. Stunt work. And here we go. I was able to get this signed up as well. And then Sushi Girl, which I was able to get signed up as well by a bunch of different cast members. And the artist who did the front artwork as well, cover art. And then John Dies at the end. I was also able to get this one signed up by a bunch of the cast members, including Doug Jones right there. A bunch of different people in here. Bunch of different signatures. And eventually I'll go more in depth about all my different signed Blu-rays and DVDs and things like that. And then the 25th anniversary edition of Remote Control, signed by Jeff Lieberman, which I was able to get off of his website. This was like either $30 or $35 shipped. And I decided to go ahead and support Jeff Lieberman. I'm a big fan of his movies that I have seen. I have yet to see Remote Control, so this was a blind buy. Right there. Melanie Griffin right there in the back. Looking creepy. And it's a fully remastered Blu-ray. And then the collector, which I've had for a bit, I was able to get that signed as well. Go ahead and put these ones off to the side. And here's a few more over here on top. Beyond the Black Rainbow. I still need to finish this movie. This is one of the only movies I fell asleep during watching. It just was so just dragged and dragged. I heard a lot of great things about the movie, and the back looked super cool. I love sci-fi, but it was just so slow. The pacing was ridiculous. I think it was like an hour into the movie, and it felt like 3 hours. And I can't remember how long this movie is. It's almost 2 hours. It's just shy of 2 hours, 110 minutes. But I'm going to have to sit down and give this one another shot and make sure I have lots of like caffeine or something in my body, although I don't really like to take caffeine. But gonna have to do something to keep awake during that movie. Caddyshack. Ernest Goes to Camp double feature right there. Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest double feature. Machete. Love the heck out of that movie. Can't wait for the sequel. And Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. I felt like this was very underrated. I love this one. My favorite of the Ice Age series. I actually haven't seen the latest one though, Continental Drift. But of the first 3, my favorite. And I think this series is very underrated as an animated series. I love it. Fun characters, great voice work, and that was my favorite so far. And the Natural Born Killers, the director's cut. This is the original uncut version, which is why I got this one over the Digibook, because the Digibook is not uncut. Independence Day, fun sci-fi action movie. Uncle Buck, classic. Love basically anything John Hughes. And anything John Candy, too. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Field of Dreams. I still get goosebumps while watching this movie. Love it. Roadhouse. every time I think of, like, I see Roadhouse, I think of the Family Guy. Roadhouse. And this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Patrick Swayze, may he rest in peace. And back here I have hiding 2 Blu-ray anthology sets of Aliens. They're both from the UK, but they're both slightly different. Like, I want to get rid of one of these, but I'm so torn because I'm kind of a collector and I love the heck out of this series. You know, even, I know a lot of people hate on Alien Resurrection, but I really enjoyed it. It's probably my 3rd favorite of the Alien franchise. I like it better than Aliens 3, but I know I'm in the minority there. But the first one was kind of like a digibook kind of style one, and then you see they re-released it and just did it into the Blu-ray case. And they were much cheaper and better designed than the US releases, so I definitely went with the UK ones. And then on top of this section right here, I have I Saw the Devil. I do not consider it a horror movie. I consider it a crime thriller. I love the movie, very stylistic, and I just didn't like the aspect of the catch and release concept. I thought that was a little flawed. You just can't, you know, you just keep letting them go. Come on, that's just silly. That's crazy talk. New York Stories, A Perfect World, Bloodwork, Goon. I think that's a very underrated movie. And then Unstoppable right there with Denzel and Chris Pine. Probably the 2nd best Runaway Train movie behind Runaway Train with John Voight and Eric Roberts. That'd be cool to get a Blu-ray release for that. Last Mohicans. Love this movie. One of my all-time favorites. When this movie comes on towards the climax of the movie, I run around the house with my shirt off and just getting all amped up. Love it. Gets me super excited, aka souped. And then Signs, love this movie as well. Creepy. I remember watching this in the theater, and there were certain parts where the whole theater jumped. And I still think it's a very creepy and a very effective movie. Anything with aliens creeps me out to begin with, so I thought it was very well written. And Hot Tub Time Machine, wasn't a huge fan of this movie, but I don't know, it had some moments. Put these off to the side so I can better go through the rest of them. Alright, and here we go. See if I can go through these ones kind of quick because it's getting up there in the minutes. The Uninvited, Little Shop of Horrors, the original, Student Bodies, and Jekyll and Hyde Together Again, double feature. Resident Evil Damnation, Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. I think this is actually pretty underrated. I love the movie. I didn't love the ending though. The creature was a little goofy, but that little kid was creepy as heck. From Dusk Till Dawn 3, Hangman's Daughter. I actually really enjoy this one, and I enjoyed the second one a lot too, which I know a lot of people crap on. Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money. And Salvage, right there. Yeah, a lot of these ones right here in the beginning are horror titles. I have enough for a full another shelf and to complete this shelf, but I don't have them all over here just yet. So I Am Omega. I'm getting this one prepped. I guess this is like half horror titles. Hellraiser Hellworld. Horror is my favorite genre, and yeah, it shows, I guess, in my collection. But I love this one as well. Very underrated film in the Hellraiser series. One of my top ones, probably in the top, probably my 3rd favorite of the Hellraiser series. Double feature of Hole and Venom. The Hole. Hole. Storage 24. Kind of a disappointing sci-fi horror film. I was really looking forward to it from the trailer and kind of let down by it. Shadow People, same kind of thing. Kind of disappointed with this one as well. I had real potential, but... and The Blood Beast Terror. Kind of campy. Burke and Hare. And 2 Orphan Vampires. Kind of like this one for the existentialism that it has going on in it. Insidious. Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses, which I was able to get a sign up by Sid Haig. Very interesting signature he has. The Hills Have Eyes 2, original one. VHS. Love that. Great horror anthology. Can't wait for the sequel. Thinner. Nice release from Olive, but again, I wish they had some special features or more special features. whenever they have any special features on there, there's like, it's just like a trailer or whatever basic one. But a lot of times the DVD counterparts have more special features, which again was the case there. The DVD counterpart has more special features. Bikini Girls on Ice, kind of a straightforward slasher film. You know, I was expecting more, with that title, I was expecting more kind of, you know, gratuitous sex and stuff like that, but there wasn't that much. I think there was only like one scene with nudity, but I was expecting more from that title. Halloween 2, right there. This isn't the Scream Factory one, obviously. This is the Universal one. And Vampire Circus. House of Wax remake, which I really enjoy. I thought it was a lot of fun. Plus, you get to see Paris Hilton get killed off on TV. Everybody loved that. Super Hybrid, unique, but it really wasn't well executed. Evil Dead 2, and I know everybody in Canada got the slipcover, which I'm super jealous about. And if anybody has a slipcover for this, they want to, I don't know, do a slipcover trade or do something where we can work out a deal, I would love to have the slipcover for that. ATM, and every time I see this title, I just think of the Clerks 2 discussion. You never go ATM. Sometimes you do. Night of the Living Dead from the UK. Primal from the UK. Pontypool from the UK. This is a double feature of Hostel and Hostel 2. The Roommate. My Soul to Take, which I still haven't seen those two, or this next one either. Rest Stop. Don't Look Back, the sequel. Thought I was getting the first one when I ended up getting the sequel. Those three right there I got from Blockbuster recently. Haven't had a chance to sit down and watch them yet. The Ruins, which I feel is another very underrated horror film. The Mist. And this is the 2-disc collector's one that has the black and white version as well. Sands of the Kalahari. Crazy Stupid Love. I just want to say The Mist is one of those films that grew on me. When I first watched it, I wasn't a huge fan, but after repeat viewings, I actually ended up really enjoying it. And Crazy Stupid Love has become one of my favorite romantic comedies as well. Love the heck out of that one. Bridesmaids, I felt it was overrated. I didn't think it was that funny. Everybody was ranting and raving, you know, saying it was the female version of Hangover. I personally thought Hangover was overrated as well, so. And then Ice Age, A Mammoth Christmas Special. Too short. And I think that was just a cash grab, personally, I think. Disorganized Crime. The Gun in Betty Lou's Handbag. Money for Nothing with John Cusack. Gross Anatomy. Raging Bull. And again, if anybody has the slipcover, let me know. We can work something out. American Beauty. And again, if anybody has the slipcover to that one, let me know if you want to trade it or do something, or maybe I could just buy the slipcover. I don't know. Work something out. Love American Beauty, though, and Raging Bull. Gone Baby Gone. Again, fantastic film. Great directorial debut from Ben Affleck. Definitely a much better director than an actor. And I like Casey Affleck as an actor. I'm not mad at him casting his brother. No nepotism there. He's a worthy actor. Happy Feet 2. Gattaca. The Grey. Love this movie. One of my favorites from 2012. Again, I love movies set in the snow. And it had way more going on than just the survival thriller. I've heard people say it was a horror movie. Everybody's putting these survival movies as horror movies. It's a survival thriller. But it had more going on to it than that. Just that. I know I like the flashbacks, the dream sequences of his wife and everything. I thought that was really well done. Especially the part where when the plane was going down. It's a mad, mad, mad world. Jonathan Winters, rest in peace. Love that movie, and him in that especially. A double feature of Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. Copland, very underrated crime corruption movie in a small town. Dead Man, oh, I love this movie. Jim Jarmusch, probably one of my favorite movies with Johnny Depp in it. Super underrated, and Neil Young, his theme score for that, love it. Recoil, pretty fun action movie with Danny Trejo and Steve Austin. Couples Retreat, I don't love this movie, but it had some funny scenes here and there. That's one I need to sit down and rewatch again and need to decide if it's going to stay in my collection or not. Deadfall, again, another one set in the snow. Great crime thriller. The Heineken Kidnapping. The Rutger Hauer on there. Nurse Jackie, Season 1, which I need to take out and put over on my TV section right down there, which I think I'm going to do something different for the TV section. I think I'm going to take that under because it's got a little bit more than I realized for TV. And Contact, Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. I'm not a huge Matthew McConaughey fan, but I like him in Contact, The Frailty, Dazed and Confused, I think A Time to Kill as well. And I've heard good things about Killer Joe, so I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I haven't seen it yet, but I did recently pick it up at Blockbuster. But again, I love sci-fi movies, so Contact was right up my alley. And Cool Hand Luke, love this one, classic prison escape kind of movie right there with Paul Newman. Absolutely classic. But there you go. There is a random Blu-ray shelf in no particular order. A bunch of Blu-ray titles that I had stacked up on top. Right now I just have them on the bed, and I was just putting them there so I can more easily go through the rest of these. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video, kind of just a randomness. You guys seem to like the last one I did like that, so I figured I'd do another one. And once I do get everything properly organized, get all the proper shelving, I will do a complete overview collection. I'll probably break it down into sections like Blu-ray horror, DVD horror, you know, just all the rest I'm probably going to do in a group genre. Because the horror I have the most of is my favorite genre. I do love sci-fi as well. Comedy, of course I love comedy. Who doesn't love to laugh? But there's not that many comedy films that I'm a huge fan of personally. And I'm not a big fan of romantic comedies. There's just too many cliches. There's a few I like here and there. But yeah, there's some animated films as well. Just different genres, sports and stuff like that, and documentaries. And then I'm going to do a separate one for Criterions as well, my Criterion releases. I'm going to do a separate one for Steelbook, separate one for Digibook, separate one for TV shows. Box sets maybe too as well. But yeah, once I get everything properly organized, I will give you a proper collection overview. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of these titles. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.